In the summer of 79 AD, on the coastline of the Roman Empire, stood a brilliant, sunlit city named Pompeii. A city full of noise, color,
Fresh olives,
trade,
2
and
denarii
life.
for this
A
amphora.
city where
A
children
fair
played in
price
the
for such
streets,
quality.
where
I
merchants
will give
argued
you
over
1.5.
prices, where bakers filled their ovens each morning, and where families gathered to eat, laugh, and share stories. To the people of Pompeii, it was an ordinary day, a calm day, a normal day, but what they didn't know was that the day had already been written in history as the last day the city would ever breathe, because towering above them, quiet and still, stood a sleeping giant, Mount Vesuvius, and that giant was about to wake. Before its destruction, Pompeii was a thriving Roman city with a population of around 12,000 people. It was famous for its wealthy villas, colorful frescoes, bustling streets, and luxurious lifestyle. Pompeii had busy marketplaces, public baths, inns and taverns, temples dedicated to many gods, farms, vineyards, and olive groves, a huge amphitheater where thousands watched gladiator fights. People came from all over the empire to visit Pompeii, to shop, relax, and enjoy a piece of Italian paradise. The city's streets were paved with stone, with stepping stones allowing people to cross when water ran through the roads. Shops sold everything from wine to jewelry to fine Roman bread. Pompeii was comfortable, organized, alive, but it was also built at the foot of a volcano so quiet that no one even realized it was a volcano. Vesuvius had not erupted in thousands of years. So, to the people living beneath it, it felt as harmless as a mountain. In the days leading up to the eruption, strange things began to happen. Small earthquakes shook the ground. Animals behaved unpredictably. Some fountains stopped flowing. The air began to smell different, a hint of sulfur. But earthquakes were common in the region. People ignored them. A famous Roman writer, Pliny the Younger, who lived across the Bay of Naples, wrote that no one was worried. People were used to the ground trembling from time to time. So life continued as usual. Markets opened. Children played. The baths were filled. And the giant behind them gathered strength. On August 24th, 79 AD, at around 1 p.m., everything changed. The ground shook violently. A deep roar filled the air. And then, Vesuvius exploded. A massive column of ash, smoke, fire, and volcanic rock shot straight into the sky. It rose nearly 20 miles high, higher than modern airplanes fly today. People in Pompeii were stunned. The sky darkened within minutes, turning from blue to gray, and then to black. Ash began to fall like rain. Not soft, gentle ash, but burning fragments of stone and pumice. At first, some thought it was just a strong earthquake. But soon, roofs began to collapse from the weight of falling debris. People tried to flee through the streets, only to find them covered in ash up to their knees. Breathing became difficult. The air turned thick. Sparks of fire floated in the sky as if the heavens were burning. Panic spread. Families held hands and ran. Some tried to reach the sea, hoping ships would rescue them. Others barricaded themselves inside their homes, believing the walls would protect them. One heartbreaking discovery made by archaeologists shows a group of neighbors huddled together in a storage cellar, all of them covering their mouths, trying desperately to breathe. The eruption continued for hours. The ash fell heavier. The sky grew darker, and the air filled with toxic gases. All night, Pompeii suffocated under a storm of fire and stone. But the true destruction came the next morning. As the volcano's column collapsed, it sent down pyroclastic surges, clouds of superheated gas, rock, and ash moving faster than a racing car. These surges could reach temperatures of 300 degrees to 600 degrees Celsius, hot enough to kill instantly. When the first surge hit Pompeii, it swept through the city like a silent wave. People were frozen in the positions they died in, some shielding their children, some clutching their loved ones, some praying, some running, some asleep. They died in a single instant, faster than they could even react. Their bodies left hollow spaces in the hardened ash. And centuries later, these spaces were filled with plaster to create the famous body casts of Pompeii, haunting figures capturing the final human moments of the city. When the eruption ended, Pompeii was buried under more than 20 feet of ash and volcanic material. Everything was gone. The buildings, the gardens, the temples, the people, the animals. Pompeii was erased from the surface of the earth. For centuries, People forgot where the city even was. Grass grew over it. Trees sprouted. New villages were built nearby. The world moved on. But beneath the ground, Pompeii slept. If you enjoyed the story so far, please like, subscribe, and turn on the bell icon for more historical stories like this. In 1748, workers digging for a new palace near Naples stumbled upon something unusual. Walls, frescoes, pottery, all perfectly preserved. Archaeologists began digging and realized that they had uncovered an entire Roman city, frozen in time. They found food still on tables, coins scattered on streets, loaves of bread in ovens, wine jars sealed and untouched, colorful paintings still bright after 1,700 years, pets curled next to their owners, and, of course, the body casts, men, women, children, slaves, aristocrats, all preserved in their final breaths. Pompeii became the world's most detailed window into ancient Roman life. Pompeii changed our understanding of ancient history. It revealed how Romans lived, how they ate, slept, worked, loved, fought, prayed, and died. Its houses showed us advanced plumbing systems, beautiful wall art, indoor gardens, kitchens and ovens, elegant furniture. Its streets revealed fast food stands, bakeries, blacksmith shops, temples, brothels, theaters, and a massive amphitheater. Pompeii showed that the Romans were far more advanced, artistic, and organized than many believed. It also revealed something deeper. That ordinary people, not just kings and emperors, had stories worth remembering. Walking through the ruins today, you can still feel the human presence. The laughter that once filled the streets. The footsteps worn into stone roads. The hand-drawn graffiti left behind by ancient teenagers. The ashes of a world that vanished in moments. Pompeii is a tragedy, but also a gift from history, a preserved memory of human life, frozen at the exact moment it ended. Through the ruins, the people of Pompeii still speak. They still show us who they were. They still remind us what really matters. Pompeii teaches us many things. It teaches us that nature is powerful, that life can change in a moment, that empires, cities, and even civilizations are fragile. But it also teaches us that human stories endure, long after their cities have fallen. Pompeii is not just a tragedy. It is a time capsule, a reminder that even in destruction, history preserves the beauty of life. Pompeii was lost, but it was never truly forgotten. And today, as we walk through its streets, we remember the lives that once filled them. Ordinary people who lived, laughed, dreamed, and whose final moments became eternal. This is the Timekeeper Archives, where every second holds a story, and where history lives again. See you on the next video.